So you've probably heard the buzz about YouTube automation, right? It's being sold everywhere online as this incredible digital gold rush, a way to basically print money. But what's the real story? Is it this brilliant next-level business strategy, or is it just a controversial shortcut that's way more hype than reality? That's exactly what we're going to break down.
And this is the dream they're selling you. The promise that you can just find a channel that's already crushing it, copy their formula, and then just sit back and watch that passive income roll in with almost no effort. I mean, it sounds a little too good to be true, doesn't it? Well, that's the core pitch from this whole new wave of online gurus.
Okay, so what exactly is YouTube automation when you get right down to it? Well, at its heart, it's not really about being a creator in the traditional sense. It's a business model. Think of the channel owner as the CEO or the director. They're focused on the big picture strategy, while all the actual work, the writing, the voiceover, the editing, gets outsourced or automated. And that is the absolute end game right there. The whole point is to build a machine, a kind of content factory that basically runs itself. It's designed to generate revenue without the owner ever having to personally write a script, turn on a camera, or edit a single frame of video. So the billion-dollar question is, how on earth do they actually do it? Let's pull back the curtain and look at the mechanics. Because this whole thing starts not with a spark of creativity, but by reverse engineering what's already a proven winner. So here it is, the secret playbook for how this cloning machine actually works. Step 1, you find a target, a channel that's already successful and monetized. Step 2, you use a simple browser tool to scrape the URLs of every single one of their videos. Then, you dump that huge list of links into an AI, something like Google's NotebookLM. The AI then acts like your super fast research assistant, analyzing hundreds of videos to figure out the secret sauce, the themes, the script structure, the tone of voice. And finally, the last step, you tell that same AI, okay, now generate me a bunch of new scripts that perfectly mimic that winning formula. And what's absolutely crucial to understand here is that this whole model has nothing to do with a gut feeling or some flash of creative genius. No, it's all about the data. The strategy is built on stats, not instinct. The AI is breaking down everything that makes a video successful, the titles, the hooks, the pacing, even the calls to action, and creating a blueprint that can be replicated over and over again. But, a script is just one piece of the puzzle. The next part is arguably even more important. We're talking about an editing style that isn't just designed for a human audience, but is built specifically to please the YouTube algorithm itself. It's called retention editing, and I guarantee you've seen it. It's that hyper-fast-paced, almost overwhelming style. You've got quick cuts, constant sound effects, graphics popping up, subtitles flashing. Every single second is engineered to do one thing: hold your attention and stop you from clicking away. The whole goal is to keep that viewer retention number as high as possible, because that's the magic signal you want to send to the YouTube algorithm. Now, to be fair, proponents will argue this isn't just random chaos. As this Reddit user puts it, it's a very calculated, data-driven strategy. These huge channels, they know exactly what they're doing. They use their analytics to see precisely where viewers start to get bored and drop off, and then they tailor the editing to fight that. You could almost say it's a kind of data-driven art form. But then, you have the other side of the coin. A lot of professional editors, well, they can't stand this style. They call it ADHD editing. They argue it's just a crutch, a way to mask weak or boring content. The feeling is, if your actual material was strong enough, you wouldn't need to smack a bunch of flashy crap all over it just to keep people from leaving. And if you thought that was intense, get this. This is a crazy insider detail. Some of the biggest channels out there take this data analysis to the absolute extreme. After they've published a video, they'll watch the analytics in real time. If they see even a tiny dip where people are clicking away, they will literally use YouTube's own editor to go in and trim that section out of the live video. It's real-time optimization. So this relentless focus on optimization, this drive to replicate success down to the tiniest detail, it naturally leads us to a really critical and pretty uncomfortable turning point. At what point does inspiration cross the line and just become outright theft? And that question takes us straight into the legal and ethical minefield. We're talking about a massive gray zone, and frankly, it's exactly where a lot of these automated channels seem to love to operate. This chart breaks it down perfectly. On one side, you have mimicking. This is the gray area. It's when someone's copying your topics. Maybe their branding feels a little too familiar. It's definitely annoying for sure, but it's not always illegal. On the other side, you have stealing. That's a hard red line. We're talking about taking content without permission, plagiarizing scripts, ripping off graphics, infringing on a trademark. That's a clear violation.
And look, it's not just about copyright lawyers. You've also got to worry about YouTube itself. The platform has its own policies against what it calls reused content. If they decide your channel is just recycling other people's stuff without adding any real significant value, they can demonetize you or just suspend your channel entirely. That is the single biggest risk in this entire business model.
So after digging into the mechanics, the ethics, and all the risks involved, what's the final verdict on this whole YouTube automation machine?
Well, the honest reality is that it's a huge gamble. I mean, beyond the constant threat of getting suspended, there's a bigger question about sustainability. Content that's made by a machine can really struggle to feel authentic, to build a real engaged community. And when your entire income depends on an algorithm that can change overnight, is that really a stable business? Or is it just a get-rich-quick scheme that's built like a house of cards?
And, all of this really leads to one last crucial question that affects all of us. In an age where AI makes it easier than ever to replicate, to remix, to automate, what's the true value of an original idea anymore? It really forces you to ask where the real, lasting value lies. Is it in the machine that can perfectly clone success, or is it in that spark of human creativity that hopefully can never be reverse engineered?